Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we like to blend casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. And today, we're doing a deep dive into AI.
Oh, yeah.
Which I feel like every time I blink, there's a new headline about something that AI is doing.
Yeah, it's true. AI is becoming more and more a part of our lives, and
Yeah.
the pace of development is
Yeah.
really incredible.
Mind-boggling, right? Okay, so let's unpack this a bit.
Okay.
The first thing that I thought of when I was looking at this week's news, I was like, wait, AI can plan my vacation now?
It's getting close.
What?
Google's Project Astra, for example, is all about creating these AI agents that can interact with the real world. So imagine using your phone to get real-time info on a landmark as you're standing there.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of where they're headed with this.
They're not stopping there.
Yeah.
Project Mariner is in the works, and apparently this one will be able to create entire itineraries based on, say, a travel blog you love.
Yeah.
It's like having a super organized travel agent just like in your pocket.
Yeah, that's right. And these AI-powered itineraries aren't just like basic lists of places to, they can factor in your budget, your interests, even the time of year you're traveling.
Wow. It's wild to think how far we've come.
Yeah.
I mean, there are already some pretty impressive AI travel tools out there, like hotelplanner.ai. They're making bank with their AI agents that handle all these room reservations. And then Destination Toronto has this thing called Six there. It's a personalized assistant. They can plan anything from a family trip to, a weekend getaway with friends.
Very cool. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? There was a reporter who actually took an AI companion on a trip to Japan and found it incredibly helpful for finding these like hidden gems.
Oh, wow.
It even outperformed Google Translate in some situations.
See, that's what gets me excited, like, uncovering those kind of experiences that you might miss otherwise.
Yeah.
But, of course, no technology is perfect.
Right.
The same reporter mentioned that the AI occasionally gave some stupid advice.
Yeah. That's a good reminder that AI is still in its early stages. It can analyze these massive amounts of data, but it doesn't always have the same common sense or nuanced understanding that a human travel agent would.
Right.
Right.
So, listener, I'm curious. Would you ever trust an AI travel companion to plan your dream vacation? What are the pros and cons that you would weigh?
Well, while AI can offer amazing convenience and personalized recommendations, it's crucial to remember that it's still a tool.
Right.
We need to use it thoughtfully and critically, not just blindly follow its suggestions.
Absolutely. Now let's hop over to another big player in the AI world.
Okay.
OpenAI. They've been making waves with their new voice and texting feature.
Oh, yeah.
You can literally call ChatGPT now.
Yeah, OpenAI is really pushing the boundaries of how accessible AI can be. This move to voice and text interfaces opens up a whole new world of possibilities for how people can interact with AI.
Think about it. You can call 1-800-CHAT-GPT, or you can text it through WhatsApp. You get like 15 free minutes every month to just ask it whatever you can dream up.
It's incredible. The potential applications are vast. You've got students who might be struggling with homework writers, facing writer's block, or anyone who's just curious to chat with like a super smart AI. This makes it all possible.
And speaking of making things accessible, there's big news for the coding world. GitHub Copilot just launched a free tier for VS Code.
That's huge.
This is huge for developers of all levels.
Yeah, GitHub Copilot is like having an AI pair programmer right there in your code editor. So it can help you write code faster, it can help you spot errors, and it can even generate entire blocks of code for you. And now with the free tier, this powerful tool is going to be available to a much wider audience.
This is a game changer.
Yeah.
It's going to empower so many developers, from hobbyists to students to, startups working on like groundbreaking projects.
Absolutely.
It's democratizing access to this cutting-edge AI coding assistance.
I'm really interested to see how this impacts the coding community. We could see a surge in innovation as more developers have access to these tools, and who knows, maybe we'll see a whole new generation of coders emerge thanks to this easier entry point.
It's like AI is giving everyone a helping hand, or in this case, a helping line of code.
That's a great way to put it. And, it's not just about writing code faster.
Yeah.
It's about learning and experimenting more easily. It can take away some of the intimidation factor for new coders.
Okay. Ready to have your mind blown?
I think so. Let's hear it.
Let's switch gears and talk about the visual side of AI. Have you seen what Google's VO2 can do?
VO2 is pretty remarkable. It can create these incredibly realistic videos from just text prompts. The level of detail and creativity it exhibits is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI video generation.
Seriously, you have to check out the demos online.
Oh, yeah.
These videos went viral, like a cat seeing itself as a lion in the mirror and penguins flying backwards.
Those videos really capture the imagination, don't they? It's not just about the technical achievement, it's about the creative potential that VO2 unlocks. Think about what filmmakers, artists, and storytellers could do with this technology.
It's like having a Hollywood studio at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Okay, time for a little bit of a change of pace. Let's talk about a different but very relevant tech story. The Supreme Court has decided to hear arguments on a potential TikTok ban.
Oh, wow, this is a big one.
Yeah.
This stems from a law that would essentially ban TikTok in the U.S. if its parent company, ByteDance, doesn't sell it.
Right.
TikTok is fighting back, arguing that this law violates their First Amendment rights to free speech.
Yeah, the oral arguments are set for January 10th, which is just 9 days before this law is supposed to go into effect. Talk about a cliffhanger.
Yeah, this case has huge implications, not just for TikTok, but for other tech companies
Yeah.
and online free speech in general. The Supreme Court's decision could set a precedent for how the government can regulate online platforms and the content that they host.
It's a real nail-biter, and it really highlights the complex relationship between national security concerns and freedom of expression in the digital age.
It's a delicate balance, and this
Ah.
case will likely have ripple effects across the entire tech landscape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for part 1 of our deep dive into AI. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into the world of AI companions and explore the potential risks and benefits of this emerging technology.
I'm excited to dive deeper into that. I think AI companions have the potential to really change our lives in some pretty profound ways. But it's important to approach this technology with a critical eye and consider the potential downsides as well.
I agree. It's going to be a fascinating conversation, so make sure to come back for part 2 of our deep dive into the world of AI. See you there.
See you there. Bye.
Yeah, it's a fascinating case, and one that could really, shape the future of the internet as we know it. But while we wait to see how that legal battle unfolds, there are other fascinating developments in the world of AI that I think are worth exploring, and one that's really caught my eye is this increasing focus on personalized AI companions.
This whole idea of AI companions, it really intrigues me. It's like something straight out of science fiction, but
Right.
it's becoming more and more real every day.
Exactly, and it's not just about travel buddies like we were discussing earlier. Think about AI companions that can learn your preferences, help you manage your daily tasks, provide emotional support, even challenge you intellectually.
I can see the appeal, but I also have to admit the idea of an AI knowing that much about me feels a little unsettling.
I understand the hesitation. There are definitely ethical considerations surrounding the development of AI
Yeah.
companions, especially when it comes to things like privacy and data security.
Yeah. It's crucial that these technologies are developed responsibly and with appropriate safeguards in place. It's not just about creating AI that's smart, it's about creating AI that's ethical and respects human values.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. So putting aside the potential creepiness factor for a moment,
Yeah.
what are some of the concrete benefits of having an AI companion? Convince me.
Well, imagine having an AI that helps you stay organized, reminds you of important appointments, filters out all that pesky spam email, even suggests books or movies that you might enjoy based on your tastes.
Okay, I have to admit those are some pretty tempting perks, especially the part about filtering out spam my inbox is a disaster zone.
Right. And beyond those practical benefits, AI companions could potentially offer companionship and emotional support, particularly for people who are isolated or lonely. Of course, it's important to remember that AI companions aren't meant to replace human relationships,
Right.
but they could augment our social lives and provide support in new ways.
That's an important point. It's all about finding the right balance, isn't it? Embracing the potential benefits of AI without losing sight of the importance of human connection.
Exactly. It's a fascinating and complex area full of potential and challenges. And speaking of challenges, one that researchers are really grappling with is this possibility of alignment faking in large language models. It's a bit of a head scratcher, but it's something that we need to be aware of.
Okay, now you've really piqued my curiosity. What exactly is alignment faking,
Yeah.
and why should we care? Break it down for me.
So alignment faking refers to the possibility that AI systems might pretend to be aligned with human values and goals, even if their underlying motivations are different. It's like an AI putting on a friendly face while secretly pursuing its own agenda.
Oh, that sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Is that really a legitimate concern, or are we getting carried away here?
Yeah. It might sound like science fiction, but it's a concern that researchers are taking very seriously. As AI systems become more sophisticated, it becomes increasingly important to ensure that they are genuinely aligned with human values. We don't want to create AI that's capable of deceiving us or manipulating us for its own purposes.
That's a chilling thought.
Yeah.
But how can you even tell if an AI is genuinely aligned or just faking it?
Yeah.
It's not like they wear their intentions on their sleeves.
That's the million-dollar question. Researchers are developing new methods to try to detect alignment faking, but it's an ongoing challenge. One approach is to create tests that are specifically designed to expose inconsistencies in an AI's behavior. It's like setting traps to see if its true motives slip out.
So it's like a high-stakes game of AI detective.
Exactly.
That's both fascinating and a little bit terrifying. It seems like we're entering a whole new era of AI research, one where we need to be more vigilant than ever about the potential risks.
I agree. As AI continues to evolve, so too must our understanding of its capabilities and potential pitfalls. It's a constantly evolving field that demands ongoing research and ethical reflection. We need to approach AI development with a sense of responsibility and a deep understanding of the potential consequences.
Well said. Now, before we move on, I wanted to touch on another exciting development, the rise of decentralized infrastructure for AI and blockchain. It's a mouthful,
It is.
but it's a really interesting trend.
Ah, yes. This is a particularly interesting development, especially with the increasing demand for scalable compute power for AI applications. Traditionally, AI development and blockchain applications have relied on centralized cloud providers like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud Platform. But with decentralized infrastructure, the computational power is distributed across a network of computers rather than being concentrated in a single location.
So instead of relying on a few giant data centers, you're tapping into the collective power of many individual computers. It's like a grassroots movement for computing power.
That's a great analogy. And this approach has several potential benefits. For one, it can reduce reliance on those centralized providers, which can be vulnerable to outages or even censorship. It also makes AI development more accessible to individuals and organizations that might not have the resources to afford those expensive cloud computing services.
So it's like democratizing access to the tools and resources needed for AI development.
Precisely. And there are also potential benefits for blockchain applications, which often require significant computational power for tasks like mining and transaction verification. By distributing these tasks across a decentralized network, it can improve efficiency and security.
This all sounds very promising, but I have to imagine there are challenges in building and maintaining these decentralized infrastructures. Can't be easy to coordinate all those computers and keep everything secure.
You're absolutely right. One of the main challenges is ensuring coordination and security across a distributed network. When you have thousands of computers working together, you need robust mechanisms to prevent malicious actors from disrupting the network or stealing data.
That sounds like a complex problem.
Yeah.
Are there any platforms or projects out there that are successfully tackling these challenges and making decentralized infrastructure a reality?
Absolutely. There are several exciting initiatives underway. One example is Aether, which has partnered with organizations like the Beam Foundation and the Sofin Foundation to launch Tactical Compute, or TCOM for short. They're aiming to create a decentralized GPU infrastructure that can support AI gaming and blockchain applications.
Wow, that's ambitious. So they're essentially creating a marketplace where people can share their GPU power and contribute to this decentralized network. It's like the Airbnb of computing power.
That's a great way to put it. And by tokenizing access to these resources, they're creating new opportunities for people to monetize their computing power and participate in the growth of the decentralized ecosystem. It's a win-win for everyone involved.
It's fascinating to see how this convergence of AI and blockchain is leading to these innovative solutions. It seems like we're on the cusp of a major shift in how we think about computing power and its accessibility. It's like we're moving from a world of centralized control to a world of distributed empowerment.
I couldn't agree more. The future of AI and blockchain is deeply intertwined, and the development of decentralized infrastructures is a key piece of the puzzle. It's an exciting time to be following these developments and seeing how they shape the technological landscape.
Well, on that note of excitement and anticipation, I think it's time to wrap up part 2 of our AI deep dive.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the potential pitfalls of alignment faking to the promise of decentralized infrastructures. It's been quite a journey.
It certainly has, and we're not done yet in part 3. We'll delve into even more fascinating aspects of the AI revolution, including its impact on the future of work and the emergence of the metaverse, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. We're wrapping up our AI deep dive, and honestly, my brain is buzzing. We've covered so much ground already, from AI travel companions to decentralized infrastructures. It's incredible how AI is like touching practically every aspect of our lives.
It's true. AI is rapidly transforming our world in ways we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago, and the pace of innovation shows no signs of slowing down.
Okay, so before we get too lost in the future, let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. One thing that's been on my mind throughout this whole conversation is the impact of AI on jobs. I mean, with all these AI agents and companions popping up, are we all going to be replaced by robots? Should I start polishing my resume for a robot overlord?
Well, you can hold up on the robot resume for now. It's a common concern. But the reality is a bit more nuanced than that. While it's true that AI is automating certain tasks, it's unlikely to completely replace humans in the workforce.
Okay, so it's not a robot takeover, but what does that mean for us humans? Are we all going to be learning to code alongside our AI buddies?
It's more likely that we'll see a shift in the types of jobs that are in demand. The future of work will likely involve a collaboration between humans and AI, where AI handles those repetitive or data-intensive tasks, freeing up humans to focus on tasks that require creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence.
So it's not humans versus AI, it's humans with AI.
Exactly.
We become this dynamic duo, each leveraging our strengths.
Exactly. This kind of collaboration has the potential to lead to increased productivity, efficiency, and innovation across a wide range of industries. Take healthcare, for example. AI can assist doctors in diagnosing diseases by analyzing medical images and patient data, but it's ultimately the doctor who makes the final decision and provides that compassionate care to the patient.
That makes sense. It's about finding that sweet spot where AI enhances human capabilities rather than replacing them entirely. We each bring something unique to the table.
Absolutely, and as AI continues to evolve, we're likely to see new job roles emerge that we can't even imagine. Yet it's an exciting time to be thinking about the future of work and the possibilities that lie ahead.
Speaking of exciting possibilities, one area where AI is already making a huge splash is the gaming industry. I'm a bit of a gamer myself, and I'm blown away by how AI is creating more immersive and challenging gaming experiences.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? AI-powered game characters can learn from player behavior and adapt their actions, leading to more dynamic and unpredictable gameplay. It's no longer about memorizing patterns or exploiting glitches. It's about truly engaging with the game world and its inhabitants.
It's funny, I remember playing games as a kid where the characters felt so robotic and predictable. Now they can learn and adapt and even surprise you. It's like a whole new level of realism.
And it's not just about the characters. AI is being used to create stunning visuals and sound effects, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in terms of immersion and realism.
It makes you wonder what's next. Will we reach a point where it's hard to distinguish between the virtual world and reality?
That's a question that takes us right into the heart of the metaverse.
Ah, yes, the metaverse. It's a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot these days, to be honest. I'm still not entirely sure what it is. Can you break it down for me and explain how AI fits into the picture?
So think of the metaverse as this persistent, shared virtual world that people can access through various devices like VR headsets or even their phones. It's more than just a collection of websites or apps. It's about creating these immersive, interactive experiences where people can work, play, socialize, even shop, all within a virtual environment.
So it's like a virtual reality version of the internet, like stepping into the internet instead of just browsing it.
That's a good way to think about it. And AI plays a crucial role in making these metaverse experiences believable and engaging. For example, AI-powered virtual assistants can guide users through the metaverse, answer questions, provide personalized recommendations. It's like having a virtual tour guide who knows everything there is to know about this digital world.
That makes sense. It's a lot to take in. So having an AI guide would definitely be helpful.
Right. And AI can also be used to create realistic avatars that move and interact naturally, adding to that sense of immersion. It can also generate dynamic and unpredictable events within the metaverse, keeping things interesting and surprising. It's all about creating a virtual world that feels alive and responsive to user actions.
It all sounds so futuristic. Do you think the metaverse will eventually become as commonplace as the internet is today? Will we all be spending our days hanging out in virtual cafes and attending virtual concerts?
It's certainly possible the metaverse is still in its early stages of development, but it has the potential to revolutionize how we interact with technology and with each other. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Well, I think we've covered a mind-boggling amount of ground in this AI deep dive, from AI companions and alignment faking to decentralized infrastructures. And the metaverse, it's clear that AI is shaping our present and our future in profound ways. Any final thoughts for our listeners before we wrap things up?
As we've seen, AI is a powerful tool with the potential to solve some of humanity's greatest challenges. But it also comes with risks and ethical considerations that we can't afford to ignore. It's up to us to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly, with a focus on human well-being and a commitment to ethical principles.
Well said. It's an exciting and challenging time to be alive. And I, for one, am eager to see what the future holds for AI and for all of us. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving landscape of technology.
And remember, the future is what we make it, so let's make it a good one.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.